Warning, the stories you're about to hear are detailed accounts of shenanigans, pranks, and some mistakes that are meant to replicate the sort of discussions that veterans have when they reunite over a cold beverage and do not depict the professional daily actions of the military at large. We hope to make you laugh, but not to disrespect our proud men and women in uniform. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Cammo Comedy, where we take a humorous look at the lighter side of military service. We got a big show for you today, but before we jump into it, if you like what we're doing here, give us a subscribe, give us a follow, whatever they call it on your podcasting platform. And while you're at it, give us a 5-star rating, write us a review, as that makes us more relevant in the algorithm and boosts the overall visibility of the show. But word-of-mouth advertising is just so powerful, so if you tell some friends, I will love you forever. Okay, let's jump into the show. I am your host, Aaron Wolf. Just as a friendly reminder to the audience, we put out a new show every single Monday. So make sure you give the notification bell a nice tap so you don't miss a show. Give it a nice tap. Also, we are doing laughter therapy here on the show. We got a lot of military members who struggle with everyday life after service, and we're just here to share a laugh and remember the good times. Hey, before we jump into today's show, I just want to take a quick second to tell the audience about our fundraiser.
Yeah, so you'll notice the show is ad-free, and that's by design. To keep the flow of the show going, and that way we can also keep outside influences out.
Absolutely. So if you like the ad-free experience up until this point, consider making a contribution to our fundraiser.
What are you going to do with their money, Aaron?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that, Cheeks, because one of the main ways that we like to collect funny stories for the show is through a give-back program to veterans, where we host event nights, and everything's on us, right? So you got food, beverage, venue, travel, all that stuff is on us.
So what about a website? I've been getting a lot of mail from fans that want some Cheeks gear.
Absolutely. Well, that's one of our other short-term goals, is we want to find fun and unique ways to interact with the audience. So a website, a merch store, all those things take resources. So those are definitely goals of this fundraiser as well. And we'll drop a link to the fundraiser in the description of the show, so just check that out if you want to make a contribution, but we thank you for your support and listenership. All right, let's jump back into the show. Joining us today is the man who taught me it's not about who you beat down, but who you beat off. You got to make your own breaks in life. Call sign Buttons.
So, is that like, are you trying to make fun of me for one of the stories I told a little bit ago?
That would be watching. It's not about who you beat down, but who you watch beating off.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Also joining us today is the man who taught me you can have an orgy of one. Call sign Cheeks. Cheeks, thanks for joining the show today.
Hey, it's good to be here, man.
He spreads his own cheeks.
I was about to say, I spread my own cheeks.
You just got to be double jointed, and you got to be able to do a couple things all at once.
Spread cheeks, not hate, folks.
Yeah.
I fucking hate everything about the way that you choose to be, Aaron.
I don't think that is true, but whatever. You can go fuck yourself in an orgy of one. Go.
Yes. I've figured the science out on that one, guys.
Oh, goodness.
Are you guys ready for my first story?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so this story is going back to the 1990s, and this is an Air Force story. So let me set the scene here. You've got 2 Air Force cops, and you've got 2 Air Force maintenance, and everybody is working out on a flight line. It's the middle of summertime. You got the 2 Air Force cops that are just kind of trying to beat the heat. So they're sitting on like the tailgate of their patrol truck, and they're kind of off to one side. You got the 2 maintenance guys. They're up closer to the aircraft, obviously. And you got the 2 Air Force cops. You got 2 white guys, and you got the 2 maintenance guys. You've got one big black guy that looks like Michael Clark Duncan from the Green Mile. He's a fucking stacked dude.
That's
right?
you going to eat your cornbread?
And then you've got another white guy that's just about average size, and he's another maintenance guy.
Now, so naturally, they drive over and prone out the black dude.
Nope.
Start beating him with their
nope. That's
their
not
expandable batons.
That's not what this is. So check this out, right? The 2 maintenance guys, they're getting into a little bit of a dust up. They're having a disagreement over something, and then all of a sudden, the black guy just straight up pimp slaps the fucking white dude. He's like, bah! The white guy kind of has got little tears in his eyes. He looks over at the... I mean, this is a big motherfucker. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, you can get pimp slap like that. He looks over at the cops that are just sitting there on the tailgate, and they're like, were you going to do anything about this?
Nah.
Oh, he can't handle his own shit?
Yeah.
Well, the cops are kind of like, we didn't see nothing.
That reminds me of the Kevin Hart joke when he's like, look, if you're dating me and you get slapped, like, you just got slapped. That's what happened.
So the maintenance guy's like, oh, it's going to be like that, huh? And now it's important to kind of point out here that all of these guys kind of knew each other a little bit from like just working around base and stuff like that. Everybody involved was fairly good and, you know, good squared away troop and all that kind of stuff like that. So their point of view is like, listen, we're not going to fuck up this guy's career because you guys were getting into it. Like, he just bitch slapped you once and stopped. You know, it's not like, it'd be a completely different thing if you're just like pummeling somebody down on the ground or whatever, but they're like, hey man, this is just business as far as we're concerned. And you know what? Like, on-the-job violence was a little bit more acceptable back in the 90s.
On-the-job violence. Look, you bitch smack somebody once, you're good. You do it twice, you're going to jail.
He's like, you get one good one.
Yeah.
If you want another taste, that's when the cops get involved.
I love that.
I always thought that was pretty amusing, right? Because, you know, it's just kind of like, hey, I don't know. It seems like you guys are kind of like handling your own business.
Yeah.
Like, this is none of our business.
You don't
over
need to
here.
get the cops involved for fucking every dispute you have.
That's the way it should be, I think, in the military period.
Well, also, you know, it's unclear exactly what was going on. Like, from what they could really glean is there was a disagreement about how they were going to fix a certain item on the aircraft. And I think one of the guys was wanting to do a shortcut, and the other guy was like, no, we're not going to do the shortcut. So they might have gotten a little personal, and then you got to get bitch slapped.
Yeah.
Hey, man. In some ways, that's just business.
It is.
Now I do have a question.
All right, what you got, man?
Being Army, I don't understand Air Force stuff. So do they just not issue intelligence in the Air Force? Because you said at the beginning they were sitting on the back of their truck to beat the heat. They had a truck.
Yep.
I have to assume it had air conditioning, yes?
This was the 90s, so I don't know. Like, they usually would give people, like, bottom of the barrel trucks and stuff like that. In 1990s, you may or may not have AC.
That's a valid point.
You may or may not have a radio.
I'm also a GWAT baby,
yeah.
so we got spoiled with stupid amounts of money. And
I think they were just trying to sit off to one side and just be like, hey, we're just going to be over here just hanging out, doing whatever we can to, like, try to find some shade where there is no shade and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Here you go.
One of those old Chevy Blazer things that you see in the Army anyway.
Something like
here's your
that.
air conditioning.
Yeah. Got that 270.
You might get a little fan.
Conditioning.
Well, let me blow in your face. That's your AC.
You had me at blow me in the face.
Yeah.
He had me at blow me.
Yeah. So speaking of spoiled little babies, not just buttons, but in the military, there's every job that's in the civilian world, there is the equivalent to in the military. Okay?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah. Well,
Except prostitute. That's MWR.
we call those clearing barrels.
Okay.
Anyways, so there's also doctors that are in the military.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So these doctors don't join the military and then go through medical school for 8 to 10 years, and then they're like, cool, I'm in the military and I'm a doctor.
Right.
The way this happens is a recruiter goes out and says, hey, you're a doctor. Here's a $60,000, $70,000 sign-on bonus.
Right.
And you're a colonel.
Right. You got to entice these people.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Right.
So in this particular story, it's a doctor. Right? He comes in, gets the rank of like major or lieutenant colonel, whatever it was. Every building you go into has the pictures of the rank structure. You've got the people who are your sergeant majors or your chiefs, and then you go up to the captain, major, colonel, all that stuff, right? And you get pictures of all these people. Well, today's picture day for this brand new officer who is also a doctor, okay?
Gotcha.
He shows up. This is like 90s time frame, so he's got like his khaki pants and his green top.
Right.
But his top is just absolutely fucked.
What do you mean by fucked?
So he's got...
Does he not know how to tuck in his shit?
It looked... his shirt was tucked in. I'll give him that.
Okay.
But...
Because I've seen some bag of ass officers
Well,
in my
yeah.
day.
It looked like somebody handed this guy like a a fucking a manual and's like, hey, make your shit look like this. But if you have ever read like the regulations for this stuff, it's like, all right, 1/4 inch down, 1/8 inch to the right, here's the seam, and it's kind of confusing unless you're familiar with the vernacular,
yeah,
right?
for those in the audience who might not know, like there's very specific things, just like Cheeks was pointing out. Like it gets down to like the 1/4 of an inch, and there's certain patches that go on the left or the right, and it's very obvious to people that are in the military whether this stuff is done right or whether it's the wrong way.
And they actually sell rulers at the clothing and sales, so you
Yes.
can measure that stuff out.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that exact.
Well, this guy did everything wrong. So
nobody helped this guy.
No, somebody. All right. So he shows up and he's all proud in his military uniform walking in.
Hey, I'm a new doctor.
Yeah.
I'm a military guy.
Look at
now.
me, right? He's got his rank and
Where's
his
my
fucking
MASH unit?
his rank, his name tape, his all that stuff on him, right? And he gets in there, and all these younger soldiers look at him and go, "Oh fuck,"
Because they at least know a little bit. They're
so you
like,
got like lower enlisted E1s, E2s that recognize this guy's a doctor and like you don't know shit about the military. Just sit down.
Right.
They start cutting off patches, name badges, and whatnot, and they're using Elmer's glue to glue shit onto the right side because it's only got to hold for like a 3 Mississippi.
right. You only got to get it for the snap of the picture. And they'd be like,
that's it.
They coach up this doctor and be like, listen, you fucked up. Go fix this, but at least we can make it look cute for your picture,
Yes.
your official picture.
And don't breathe.
And do not inhale at all.
I could just see a picture with this stuff like peeling off and like the Elmer's glue coming off and everything like that. If it gets a little hot
They
inside.
take the first picture for the official, like, all right, cool. Now this one's for us as it's falling apart.
This motherfucker sneezes and like all the shit just they're like, no, what are you doing?
He looks like a party favor.
Yes. Oh, fuck.
At least he had some like people that were lower enlisted that like knew better.
Yeah.
They took some pity on him because like you never know, you might get some people like, fuck this guy, like he's got the big bonus and he's got the big paycheck.
100% that would be me. I walk in, oh yeah?
Say it isn't
no help
so.
for you because I get no help from the VA.
Say it isn't so.
You give me no VA rating? You get no help on your patches, bitch.
But he doesn't have anything to do with the VA rating.
I mean, if I fucking blow my ankle out and he doesn't...
Touche.
You had me.
I don't know him, but fuck that guy.
He's got a lot of blow me right now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
I'm feeling uncomfortable. I'm feeling
This is
harassed.
like,
Harassed?
yeah.
All right, so I've got a story here.
All right, what
It's
you
going to
got?
be an 80-second story, but believe it or not, it's not mine.
Okay.
It's not mine.
80-second legacy story.
Is this your first story that isn't your own?
It might just be.
I think it is. Yeah,
That's
I think it is.
exciting.
Hey.
Look at you growing on up.
So there's this 80-second unit. I believe it was in the 90s.
Yep.
And so they were out at a range, and anybody that's been in the military and has been to a range knows that ammo doesn't always show up on time.
Right.
Stuff doesn't get cleared on time. Sometimes you end up spending the night at the range,
Yeah.
or at least a couple hours, right?
yeah.
Waiting on people to come out and clear the range for
Yeah.
you. Range control, the ammo guys, everything, right?
And nobody can fucking leave. Not a single person.
Well, if you're on the range detail, right?
Yeah,
If you're shooting and whatever, those guys can go, but there's like 10, 15 dudes who get fucked and get stuck back there at the range and have to wait.
Been there.
So, yeah, no, you and me both. So these guys get stuck at the range, right? They're done for the day. They're waiting on ammo pickup. They're waiting on range control, all this stuff, right? And their leadership says, hey, we're going to have to leave you guys out here to sit on the ammo because nobody's come and somebody's got to be here to secure it. Because you can't leave that stuff sitting around.
Right.
A lot of times on bases, people can get on. Some civilian comes in and takes, a crate of 5.56.
Right. That's one of the things you definitely got to babysit is guns and ammo.
Yeah.
You don't fuck around with that stuff.
So they're on this range, and they're sitting there and discover that there's some UXOs out there, right?
Unexploded ordnance.
Yes,
like
unexploded ordnance, like stuff that's going to go boom if you do something to it to make it go boom. So
What could be better for your
How did they
situation?
find? They were just like walking around kicking dirt over, like, oh shit.
Well, when you get told that you're going to babysit stuff on a range for all night, there's not a ton else to do. So
typically
people
end
might
up
go
walking around.
Yeah.
exploring a little bit, and they're like, hey, what the fuck is it? Oh, shit. That could really blow up.
Yeah, and I've done
You
some
wanna
dumb
try
shit.
it?
I've done some dumb
you
shit
wanna
on
try
ranges sitting around waiting, right? So
Yeah.
these guys decided that they were going to clear some of the UXO.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So they're popping shit off, and while they're doing this,
When you say they're clearing the UXO, you're saying like on their own?
yeah,
Yes.
without EOD, yes.
Oh my god. So they've got like shit that's
like
supposed.
some grunts or some MPs or whatever.
Oh
that they're
my
out there and they're.
Yeah, if you're out there in the audience and in right now, don't do this. This is a bad idea.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So they figured out a way to make some of this stuff go boom, and they were making stuff go boom to pass the time.
Right.
So
Fuck yeah.
the real kicker on this is the range is cold.
Yeah.
The flag is down. That little red flag that comes up and lets you know the range is hot.
Because you have to call
It's
like
gone.
range control.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you have
get
to call it
authorization
cold
for
and
this
shut shit down. And when
Oh,
that range
man.
is cold, it's cold.
And let's just explain for people in the audience who might not know, like when you go hot on a range, that means you're going to be firing live ammo, and you've got to communicate with like a range control. You've got to put up a flag. There's all kinds of safety
Clear the
measures that you got to go.
airspace. Yeah, all that stuff.
You're authorized to blow shit up.
Right. So these
Yes.
young guys were just entertaining themselves without having taken any of the precautions.
This is post authorization.
Yes.
Or post deauthorization.
no longer authorized to
Yeah.
make stuff go boom on said range. Yeah.
And they're just blowing shit up.
And they're blowing shit up.
Fuck yeah.
So
These are my kind of people.
so they finish up, right, and they start bedding down and whatever. And so the MPs come by. And they're like, hey, you guys setting shit off out here at the range? What's going on? And the senior E4 that had been left in charge, right?
The senior E4.
Senior E4, right? The full-bird colonel. The senior E4 that had been left in charge is like, nah, man, all my dudes are asleep. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's crazy.
What
So-
are you talking about?
MPs left and like,
we haven't heard anything.
yeah.
Must be one of the other guys.
oh yeah, I heard that shit too. It sounded like it was down that way.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, blowing shit up at an unauthorized range.
I mean, in some ways, this could be considered entrapment. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to tell some E4s, like, hey, stay overnight with explosives and some ammo and stuff like that. Don't do anything. Don't do anything.
Yeah.
Just have everything right there lined up. It's like having a big red button that says,
Do not
don't
push.
press this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the E4 going to do? I don't care how many years he's been in the
He's
Army.
going to push it
He's going to push
twice.
the fucking button. I'm an E4. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to see what happens.
I love that story.
Nice. That's a classic. I mean,
that
that
was
was a
pretty
90s story, but I mean, that could happen in a year.
Oh, for sure. And if you want the cops to get off your ass, just go,
Yeah, it transcends generations.
Well, also, like, by the time those calls are made, at least these guys had a little bit of sense where they're like, hey, let's not make this a party where we're doing it all night long.
Yeah.
Like, we had a little
It's
bit
not
of
the
fun.
4th of July.
All right, we're gonna shut this thing down. And by the time like those calls are made, people venture out, they try to track down the noise.
Yep.
They're like, we don't know what happened out here, man.
Yeah, it's not like you call and then 2 minutes later the cops show up. You call, it has to go through like a dispatcher. Dispatcher tells the cops, and then the cops are
Right.
getting their coffee or whatever. They're like, we'll get there when
Also,
we get there.
too, like one of the other things that would add a layer of confusion in this, if like there are supposed to be people at the range,
Yeah.
now they got to figure out like, okay, well, are they supposed to be shooting now? Are they doing a night fire and all
Right.
that kind of stuff? So they're like, yeah, they've got an authorization to be out there, but they shouldn't be shooting. We'll go send somebody out there to check it out, that kind of thing.
Right.
So yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
It was obviously not an NCO that was the MP that went out there.
There was a joke about MPs.
Well, MPs are a joke anyway.
Yeah, well, so check this out. There was a joke about MPs that I remembered somebody told me once, is that you put 2 MPs in a room with 2 bowling balls. You come back an hour later, 1 bowling ball's broken, 1 bowling ball's missing. None of the MPs know what happened. They're like, we don't know what happened. Tell me if that's not, I mean, you could overlay infantry on
You
that.
could definitely do that with grunts. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was like that when I got here.
Kind of a universal military, like,
Oh, the shoulder shrug, hands up. I love that. Oh, my God.
all right, you guys ready for this next story?
Oh, yeah.
Send it.
All right, so let me set the table here. It's important to understand what a bug lady is, right? This
The
is
fuck did you just say?
I said bug lady, and this is not like Ant-Man and Wasp Girl or whatever the fuck it is, right?
It's Bug Lady.
Bug lady.
Bug lady.
So
Got it.
This is an Air Force story, and part of like the Customs and Border Patrol function is when a lot of the Air Force aircraft go overseas and come back, the Customs will have to check like different crevices in the aircraft and everything, and make sure that they don't have like some kind of a strange exotic bug.
Makes
Yeah.
total
Right.
sense.
So
You're not
there's
bringing
this
shit back that's going to like
Right.
destroy crops
exactly
and stuff like that.
things that don't
Okay.
have like natural predators, on the continental United States or wherever they are. They just want to make sure. So they have to go out and do these examinations.
Yeah.
Well, there was this new young security forces guy, right? He's maybe an E2, E3. His supervisor calls him over and says, hey, could you escort the bug lady out to the flight line? She's got to do checks for these birds that just came back from overseas. So he's like, okay, whatever. This is like early 2000s, right?
Okay.
So
this bitch is why we have locusts.
I don't know if it's necessarily her fault, for example. So this guy, this young airman shows up and he meets up with the bug lady who's a little overweight, middle-aged, glasses, that kind of thing. And he's just like,
Pat.
All right, hey. Just like, all right, I got this like shitty patrol truck. Just jump in. The flight line's like 600 meters or something that way. Of course, this guy's a young, squared away guy, and he's trying to do things by the book. Says, ma'am, you're gonna have to wear your seatbelt and everything while you're in the vehicle. For whatever reason, she's like, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. I'm not fucking doing it. It's right there. I'm gonna have to jump out anyway. So they get into a bit of a dust up. He's like, we're not fucking going anywhere until you put your seatbelt on. And so like now it's kind of decision time where he's like, am I going to sit here and fucking argue with this bitch for like the next like 15 minutes? And she's refusing. She's like, ma'am, I am the police and we have to drive 600 meters that way. Right. Now, in his defense a little bit, he's like 18 years old. He's doing what he's fucking told. Yeah. She's like in her middle 40s and stuff. And she's like, I got to go right fucking there. Like, this is the fucking dumbest shit I've ever heard.
I can fucking see the plane guy.
I'm not doing it. So against his better judgment, he's like, fuck it, just jump in and we'll go out there, right? So like the way that they have to go out there is they have to go down this road. They've got to do like a zig and a zag, left, right, go through fencing, and then they're out on the flight line, right? So they're driving, low rate of speed. They do the first left, and this truck is such a piece of shit. The door pops open, and she goes, "Wah!" And she flails, right? No. She flails, and like her like right hand goes up against the roof. The left hand comes out, grabs him, and kind of like jolts the steering wheel over a little bit. So like. She doesn't fall out. It's important to note that. But like, there's kind of like swerve a little bit, and then they're like, So he kind of like reaches over, yanks her back in. He's fucking. I told you to fucking wear your seatbelt. What the fuck? Fucking close the door. They go out. Now it's fucking awkward, right? So they go out there, and like, so she buckles up everything. They go through the fucking door.
What was it like for the last 200 meters of that drive? Was he just like, told you so?
From what we understand, it was awkward, and she was trying to like change the subject, and they're like, I go out to this base, and I go out to this base, and they do this way, and they do this way, blah blah blah. Whatever. He was pissed not having it because this larger lady about like yanked him out the other side. You know what? But luckily he had a whole of his shit on and everything.
He had his seatbelt on.
Now, this story takes place from two different perspectives, right? So you got the perspective of what's going on inside of the vehicle, which is funny enough.
Yes.
So they go out. She checks for beetles or whatever the fuck she's checking for. They do their check. Go back. He escorts her back off base.
Does she wear her seatbelt on the way back?
Yes.
Okay.
She kind of learned her fucking lesson.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
So he leaves. All of a sudden, he gets roasted from his other guys. Be like, so, you getting fresh with the bug lady?
No.
And all everybody else saw was they go a couple hundred meters down the road, and all of a sudden they're like swerving, and they're like doing all this stuff. So from like a further back perspective, you can't really tell what's going on inside the vehicle, but it looked like, hey, were you trying to get a little handsy with a little hot toilet action or something like that?
Oh, fuck.
But he's fucking pissed because, he's like this like jacked 19-year-old guy and nerdy middle-aged lady's like, shut the fuck up. I'm not fucking trying to get fresh with the bug lady. Get out of here with that shit.
I don't even like bugs.
Or ladies. I want to try to get with the beetle guy? Fuck you.
Oh, fuck. That is hilarious.
So, love that story, but I guess you got to stick to your guns sometimes. You're like, wear your fucking seatbelt, bitch. Like, I don't care if we are 600 meters away.
Message to the audience. Wear your seatbelt.
Right.
Wear your seatbelt.
God damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, right?
Oh.
Hey, thanks for checking out the Cammo Comedy Show Podcast. We got a fundraiser going on right now, so if you like what we're doing here and want to keep us rolling, consider making a contribution. We'll put a link in the description. Also, we had some fun animations made up for this fundraiser, so we'll put links for those in the description as well if you want to just check those out. Also, don't forget to tell a friend about us if you love what we're doing here. Word-of-mouth advertising is very powerful, and we really appreciate you for helping us out. If you've got any funny military stories of your own or know somebody who does, drop us a voicemail at area code 531-222-6146. Also, we've got an email open. That's stories@cammocomedy.com. That's stories, STORIES, at CAMMOCOMEDY.com. We'll have a lot more fun announcements coming soon, so stay tuned. All right, I'm going to go microwave a croissant. Later.